Alright, today I'm going to be showing how to replace and or reseal the rear differential cover on 906 and 907 Sprinters. This one in particular is getting a new cover, a new gasket, new bolts, and new drain plug. So I'm going to go ahead, go point of view here in a sec actually. I did make an addition to my filming. I have a nice flashlight attached to be able to better show hands-free what I'm looking at. So hopefully that is a nice addition to the quality of the content. I'm gonna go ahead and go point of view. It is a little bit heavy, but not unmanageable. Alright, so in our case, like I said, we're doing the differential cover, new bolts, there's a new drain plug in there, and then a new gasket as well. It's pretty straightforward. You're going to need a handful of tools. You could do this with basic hand tools. I'm going to use a combination of, my right angle impact. You'll need a torque wrench. I use these two extensions, this one to get past the sway bar to the bolts in the specific spot, and the shorter one works best for these ones that aren't running into the sway bar. You'll see when I get into that part. This right angle impact is really nice for things like this. You're also going to want some sort of either Scotch-Brite like this, or a Scotch-Brite pad for cleaning off the cover, mainly when the cover has been resealed with a sealant like the one that we're about to work on has been. My work is out of our latex gloves, so got nitriles. Okay, so a couple things with this one. This axle is definitely already messed up. Okay, so the fluid is going to be disgusting. I hope yours doesn't look like this, and if it does, you should be concerned. Also, as you can see here, my shock mount is in very bad shape. If you look at this side, nice and straight. This side hit. The only way to fix something like this, you could probably bend it straight. We can't at a Benz dealer, since that wouldn't be like an authorized repair, as the structural integrity is technically compromised. So technically this whole rear axle needs to be replaced. Customer is aware of that. There's also an issue going on inside of here with the ring and pinion, or where the axle shafts meet into the ring and pinion, because when you put this into reverse, it clunks super hard. When you have the wheels off the ground, there's a ton of play in the tires. So there's honestly no saving this rear axle. The customer just plans on tackling that mess when the time comes and the axle officially fails. But they did approve the rear cover replacement so that I could inspect the internals and see just how bad the damage is. So you'll get to see that. Another tool I almost forgot to mention is the 14mm hex. And I use a 1/2-inch drive ratchet. That's for the drain plug. The document states it's 1.5 liters of gear oil, 75W85. So I'm going to go ahead. I know this is full. As you can see, there's fluid here. I pulled it off and it was starting to leak. So it is full to the fill plug. I was just going to see exactly how much fluid comes out by collecting it in the jug for fun. But yeah, if you buy 2-quart jugs or 2-liter jugs, should be plenty. I shouldn't need anything more than that. I am nervous and excited to see what this gear oil looks like, because it was pretty brown when I was inspecting it. Oh, that's gross. Yummy. Definitely don't need to collect it this way. I was honestly just wanting to have a little fun with it, so. One thing I see a lot is impacts with these rear covers, and then it causes them to leak, which is probably what happened to this one, which is why it's resealed with a RTV of some sort versus the OEM paper gasket. So I think we'll call that good with the collection of fluid. This jug is over full, the other one is about right there, looks like. Yeah, yuck. I'm just gonna dump these. So now we can get to the cover removal. This part will be fun. So I'll take my right angle impact. I think we'll get the reason for this long one is to get to this bolt and this bolt, which gives me clearance from the sway bar there. And you're also, this is also an E12. I suppose you'll want a screwdriver or a pry bar to get a stuck cover off. I'm just gonna put that there so it doesn't fall. That is very rough looking. Very rough. See how much play there is. Should not be that much play. This covers actually, or this surface is really nice. I'm doing this so I have less fluid running down the face of this while I'm cleaning things up. So one thing I like to do is just take a rag, put it over all of this to minimize the amount of like dirt and stuff that can get in here when cleaning this sealing surface. These rear axles are very, very tough, so really the damage shouldn't be this bad. Mind you, this vehicle has 160,000 miles on it. I do like my latex. I don't like this size of glove, but alright, so this is where this comes in handy. We have a good amount of buildup. Another thing you can do is something like this. A little dust shield. Okay, that sealing surface is good. One thing I'm going to do with this one, since it's in the state that it's in, this is full of 75-85 gear oil. It's definitely an extra added step that you don't have to do, but this one needs a little extra love. The less it's dripping, the easier it is to reseal it dry. So while that drains off just a little more, I'm going to go over the torque specs and stuff like that. So the cover gets 25 Newton meters and then a torque angle of 65 degrees. It doesn't specify a torque sequence, but I like to go in a star pattern with all things like this for a nice even tightness. And then the drain plug gets 60 Newton meters and 90 degrees. And right here is where it says 1.5 liters for the gear oil. If it's a dually rear axle, 2.2 liters. We got our 10 bolts and our new drain plug here. New cover and gasket. One thing I like to do is find out which way the gasket goes. That never happens. I just lined it up on the first try. Sweet. I like to get all of the screws in through the gasket. This helps hold it in place. Makes things go a lot smoother. Alright. Got all those started. Torque wrench. So 25 Newton meters and 65 degrees. Get that cover on there while that's staying dry. This is going to go on just like this. I'm going to hurry and get these bottom ones tightened up just a little. Hold back that gear oil. Okay. Now we'll get our torque wrench. Go for the 25 Newton meters first. Let's see. I like to, since these are quite a few and we're doing torque angle, I like to put a mark on each one that I've done the first stage on. Like I said, I'll go in a star pattern. Okay. And then I'll go over all of them one more time. Make sure. Okay, next we'll do the torque angle. So we'll start with this one this time. And usually when I do that, I'll do a mark like that. Be a lot nicer on the ones without a spare tire too. Alright. Got all of those torqued to 25 and then 65 degrees. Now we can fill the differential. Actually, now we can get the drain plug in. So 60 and 90. Okay, 60. And then we'll go 90. Which ended up being 80 Newton meters. Alright, my camera died for a sec, so I went ahead and cleaned up some things. And now I can show the filling process of the differential. Like I said, transfer pump makes this easy. There is a fair amount of room up here. You could possibly use a funnel and the quart jugs. It's not going to matter if you overfill it. That's why it's called a fill plug. As you can hopefully see there. Now you can go ahead, put the fill plug in. And one thing I like doing is we have this warranty seal that I like to put on certain things that I do. It's like a little confirmation that I've done everything, including torque all the bolts to specification. And just like that, that's how you Reseal the rear differential of 906 and 907 Mercedes Sprinters. If you found this how to helpful, go ahead and give the video a like, subscribe to my channel, and comment any suggestions you have down below.